believe Buffalo is going to win it, folks.
Kick your heels up and down.
We've seen why the Buffalo Bills are en route to the playoffs.
Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout.
Buffalo Bills go undefeated. And we're going to the Super Bowl, yeah.
Now, baby, come on, come on.
No one
Come on
circles the
and
wagon
shout.
like the Buffalo Bills.
All right, we are live. We are live, and we are back. Welcome. We good, everybody?
Yes, sir.
You good? You good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, it's just been a while, but I'm happy that we're back. And so let me introduce the guys, y'all. Let's get the show rolling. I have my guy
Shaking
Matt,
the rust
AKA,
off. Yep.
AKA Matty Ice. Matt, what's up, man?
Nothing much, man. I'm glad to be back. Camp has started. I'm happy to be back. We're gonna be back in the swing of things. I like it, man. How you doing? How you guys doing?
Good. I'm straight. Definitely, happy to be back in the swing of things. Definitely good to see some new content. You know what I'm saying? That's coming out day by day. But shout out to our guy Rad, aka All Purpose Rad. Rad, what's up, man?
Man, what's good, y'all boys? Man, yeah, like I said, I'm ready to be back. Camp, exciting talks, mad different narratives coming out, all these expectations, all this type of stuff going on, man, in the Bills camp. So I'm happy to see it. Let's go.
Absolutely. And before we get into the show, man, let's kick it off right. You already know, Matt. Can you please let the people know who is sponsoring the show today, man?
Yes, sir. This episode and every other episode is brought to you by the good people at Buffalo Wing Kings. Being from Buffalo, there's two things the guys here at the Overdue Bills podcast know. That's Bills football, and that's wings. Our first choice and the best choice is Buffalo Wing Kings. With over 101 different flavors, Wing Kings is sure to get you out and get whatever variety of wings you guys are looking for. Make sure to hit them up for parties. We got the season coming up. We got all kinds of events. Definitely hit those guys up. Stop down and see them at 484 Elmwood Avenue or give them a call at 716-248-1427 and find out why they say, and we know they got the best wings in town, hands down. And make sure you shout out the Overdue Bills podcast, get 10% off your order. Also, you can get them on Uber Eats and DoorDash too.
Oh, that's good. Then Uber Eats, DoorDash, that's up.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Shout out the Wing Kings. You know the vibes.
Just like the Bills, we got a preseason too. We're gonna get it right. Yeah, boys, we're gonna get it right.
Yeah.
We're gonna get it right.
It's actually just like the offense. They said the offense has been a little slow, so we're a little slow, opening up. But we good. Let's do a bit of housekeeping, OverdueBillsPod.com, OverdueBillsPod.com. Man, we need everybody to go to the website, support your guys, all your merch needs. We got t-shirts. It's the summertime. We got some good weather in Buffalo. You know what I mean? Thank God. So we definitely got the shirts. But the winter is coming. Shout out to House of Dragons. Winter is coming. So, we got hoodies. Matt sporting the hoodie right now. We got the hats. We got everything. OverdueBillsPod.com. So please go there for all your Overdue Bills needs. And let me say this too. Shout out to Buffalo fan base. We ask you to like, share, rate, and review. Please subscribe to all the channels. Please hit the like button if you're watching on YouTube. And even on Facebook, all those amazing things. We definitely need you to do that. We appreciate all of the support. And with that being said, let's get into the show, man. Quick question of the day. And I actually had two, but I'm going to ask this one first because there's been a lot of talk around this. Because I think there's only 6 teams that travel for training camp, meaning that they go away from their facility to generally a college, like how we go to St. John Fisher, and, they take the players away from what's familiar, and bring them, into this hodgepodge. So I'm going to ask the guys, do you think that we should still be doing that? Or do you think we should just keep it at our facility where we have all of those amazing, things, the equipment we have, the state of our facility, so on and so forth? Like, is it is it good that we still do that? Matt, how do you feel about it?
So I feel really good about it. I mean, because of the fact is like they're not going to some rinky dink facility. The Ralph Wilson and that family, they did a good job of upgrading all the facilities there. Years ago at St. John Fisher. St. John Fisher kind of lucked out with that. They get top notch facilities to be able to host an NFL team every season. So yeah, they're not I mean, the dorm life, maybe their living arrangements are a little bit different going back to college. The guys that just got drafted, they're kind of like, damn, I just got out of this, I'm going right back to it. Yeah. But I think it also is really good for the camaraderie too. You're separated from everything. I don't know about the curfews and stuff. I know like in Pittsburgh, East Rochester area, there's not really much to do out there, so they can't be getting into too much trouble if they happen to sneak out or something. So I do think it really helps with the camaraderie, getting the new guys together, being stuck with each other for like 6-7 weeks.
Brad?
Yeah, I gotta agree. I mean, I like to get away from distractions. If you want to focus in, if you want to, I think they got 90. I think it was 90 people, 90 players that's on the roster right now. You want to get as far away as distracting as you can. You want everybody focused, everybody dialed in, one mission, one goal type deal. And I know all these guys, not all of them. Maybe the top. It's probably just the top end, but all these guys with a lot of money, they'd be okay for a couple of weeks in training camp. They playing football. They're gonna be good. I think, and you want them to lock in and avoid temptation. You want this to be a serious week. This is where you installing a lot. New, especially us, new officer coordinator, just some new things. So I like it. Get away from distractions, even family, because family can be a distraction too. Lock in, and get the 2-a-days and 3-a-days started. So I like it.
My bad. I'm just gonna add to that too. And for the young players coming in, they're really getting a lot of the benefits because the veterans and guys like that, they can't go home. So they're going back to their room, and I'm sure they're hanging out, playing video games, playing pool, whatever they're doing. They're going back. They're constantly able to absorb more after hours, with the guys, which is pretty cool.
For sure.
I'll say this. I did have that same take as you guys, right? There are definitely pros and cons to both sides looking at it. But I think that since it's only 6 teams that does this, so clearly it's not a thing anymore, right? Like it's just not. More teams don't do it than do, and I think we've gotten to a point where I don't know, but I what I did hear is that the last 5 championship teams they don't necessarily do. So it's not a correlation between you winning the Super Bowl and you doing this. It's just not. Gotcha. But
I want to think that.
I'm just saying it's not a correlation. I'm just saying as it stands right now in the last 5 years. My point in saying
Super Bowl, but I want to know, do it correlate with like winning the cultures of the team that do it? That's what I want to know.
No, it doesn't.
You don't know.
No, I'm just saying, like the 6 teams are not like top echelon teams. They're not. But
I mean, go ahead.
But to be honest, my whole position is you're world class athletes. You can play world class money, and I think that we've gotten so specialized in certain things that it takes away from it. In my opinion, like I don't know if Chef Darian can be there for Stephon Diggs. I'm not sure if he can. I don't think he can. So I mean, like that's an issue. That's a routine that we just paid somebody millions of dollars who has a routine to perform at the highest level possible, and we're taking him away from that. I don't understand the mindset. I think it's insane, to be honest. Like for a lot of these players, they got personal trainers. They got I don't want to use the word massages because some people take a little bit too far, but they have people who give them massages. They have people who do a lot of things for them. There's a certain level of comfortability where they are at in their own nest, and they get paid millions of dollars to keep that going. And it's just, for me, it's insane to remove them from something that's familiar when what is familiar actually helps them play better. That's just the facts. We actually know that.
I think
you go, Matt. Well, I mean, to hit on that though, I mean, it's not like that they're going and getting like school lunches and not having that type of those services not being provided to them. It's all top tier. I'm sure nutritionists they get with each other and they have specialized meals for every player. That's the first day, but I'm saying there's guys that definitely don't stray away.
Burgers is good.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I mean, I don't know if people would just be eating turkey burgers all willy nilly. That's just my opinion on it. Yeah, and Dawson Knox said the turkey burgers was low key trash. I'm just keeping it in the stack. That's what he said. I'm just telling you what Dawson Knox said.
I don't know. We gotta check out the daily menu, but I'm pretty sure guys. I'm pretty sure guys. If guys don't want to eat what's being provided, they're able to get whatever they want, and it's not like. Like you mentioned, Chef Darian or something. He's only a 50-minute drive away. Pretty sure he's going to make that move to go, to provide the meals for the players that he works for. So
that defeats the whole purpose of what you're doing, though. That's not
really.
For me, it does because the whole point is to submerge you into this environment to make it as minimal as possible so you can focus on football. That should be the center of attention, which is fine if that's what you're going to do. But if you're going to allow all of these extra things, then you're taking away from the whole experience. Like that's the whole point of the experience.
That's what I think. The whole personal chef, personal masseuses, that's good. But we talk about a couple of weeks out of your whole 6-month routine. Your routine. If your routine is good enough, it's gonna stand the test of time for a couple of weeks out of that routine. And you building something with your teammates. You building something, it's the camaraderie with your teammates.
Can you not build something with your teammates and be at home at the same time? I think that's the other 6 teams.
It's different levels to it. This is like some type of it's combat sport. It's a combat sport with teammates that you need to get in the bunkers and the trenches with. You know what I mean? This is something that you need to develop an army-like or a military-like attitude. And you need those weeks that boot camp, them training camps. Those who the people you can trust in them trenches.
So
in this type of environment, you can tell who you can trust in those trenches, the fourth quarters, those playoff games, compared to at your homes when everything is luxury. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a good time to do it.
And I think it also adds to the
teams that do it.
Yeah, I think it also adds to the Buffalo part of it too. Blue collar. You go. They're going to work, man. They're going for this short stint. They're going to work, man. That's what it is.
Like you can't go to work at Ralph Wilson. I don't understand.
You can, but I'm just saying.
Are there other blue collar football teams in the NFL? Like I think we just make up. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that this wasn't beneficial at a point. All I'm saying is now, with the advent of so many specialized people that these athletes have around them, it is different. We do clearly the fact that 6 teams are only doing it says a lot. We cannot just ignore that fact because it's not like all the Buffalo players just because they said I think a fourth of the roster has only been to St. John Fisher. Like everybody else, this is their first time going because of COVID. They weren't there. So and we had some of our best years. So I'm just saying.
But you got to go back to this though, is like the facilities too. Is like I said, they're not going to some some rinky-dink facility. Like
we can't agree that the Buffalo Bills facility is better than St. John Fisher's though. We agree on that.
It is.
Significantly better, right?
Yeah, we can agree on that. But then you got the chance of having to drive back and forth and everything that you don't do, that you don't have to do there. Is you're taking away
driving? Is that what we're doing?
I think it's really a level of commitment that you give that initial commitment to your team. That it's like, yo, we all in this together. We're gonna sacrifice our luxury to come in this lower tier for some lower tier because most of the players, this is like, yo, they in dormant back like Matt said in college, they always just experienced this. Most of them they ain't making that much money where they gonna be living luxury. It's only them top 5% players that's living like that anyway. So it's not that big of a deal. They sacrifice it all for the whole. They sacrifice it for the whole.
It's nothing like home.
Is it more? You saying right now? Is it more so than like actual result from it? Maybe, but if everybody buy in, I think the result can bear fruit.
Okay, we'll see. But moving on. Let's get the training camp, man. Let's get the training camp.
Hold on. Edward Jackson said this. He said, I think it mattered more when camp was 6 weeks long. Then they had much more bonding time than now. Thank you, E. That's my point.
I think the issue is training camp is not what it used to be, right? It used to be rigorous. Like I think we're going to pads Saturday, but we used to have a longer time in pads. Used to
The
be able to
collective
see certain
bargaining,
things, right? It used to
all
be
that out.
very like even the old days hard knocks. You know what I'm saying? Like before they changed the rules and all that. Like that was tough. You saw the rookies going through things and changing, but like now it's so watered down. It's so patty cake. I don't think it's that much more beneficial. Now, I will say Josh Allen did say he does like it because, you know, he gets to show a little bit more of his personality. He tries to keep it upbeat because he said this personally. He said some of the guys, they do not like it. They don't.
Yeah.
And my thing is if majority of the guys actually don't like this, then what real effect is it having on the team? I'm just saying. I'm just
Sacrifice.
Okay,
Sacrifice,
right.
a commitment. Obviously, it's for the greater whole. It's like you sacrifice something for the greater whole. We're doing this. Yes, I don't have to do this. Yes, I make $100 million. Yes, I got a $10 million home. Why would I want to do this? Yes, I got chefs, but I'm gonna go down in the trenches.
That's fine.
Sacrifice and do something with my teammates. It's 90 players at training camp. Let's sacrifice for a couple weeks. Jeez.
Okay.
Like a couple weeks.
We've talked about the topic, and you know, it is what it is. Like I said, only 6 teams do it, so I'm sure that it will be a point where everybody's just gonna phase it out. Trust me, that's it's just how it happens. But yeah, I think I want to ask before we get into like the winners and losers or the standouts of training camp and the things that we've heard from beat reporters. I did want to ask this question. Like as we going into training camp, second day, third day today, what narratives would you like to hear most coming out of training camp, right? There's a lot of things coming out. What narratives would you like to hear most coming out of training camp? And I guess, you know, you can piggyback the ones that you want to hear the least too, if you want to throw that in there. But the narrative you want to hear the most coming out of training camp is what, Rad?
I want to hear. I just want to. I guess the confidence in OC, right? Ken Dorsey, his control of the offense, right? Or his. I guess his lack of control, like more so control of Josh. Josh truly have it. Like, is he being the coach on the field? You know what I mean? Like, is Josh offense is bringing the best out of him? And you know, I guess that's the main thing. That offense still flowing because you know everybody's saying the bowl is the guy, the genius, the mad genius, and that is our offense going to sputter when he's gone, right? So if our offense continue to grow and be more in Josh's hands, I want Josh to take control of it. All out. I mean, y'all know I can compare it to the Colts days, them 2000 Colts teams when Peyton Manning took over the offense. Peyton Manning offense, he controlled the offense from up down. I want Josh to take over the offense like that moving forward. So we'll see. That's the narrative I want to see.
Yeah, so the narrative for me really is I want to see. I know I talked about it like leading up to it. Is that you know the question mark still is that cornerback room, right? So I want to see that the corners and I have so far heard that the corners are ahead of schedule. You know what I mean? Like Trey's looking like I saw him like jumping, doing some high knee jump joints, skips earlier. Like he was just regular. And then you know, like I hear like Nick McLeod is having a good 2 days, Cam Lewis having a good 2 days, Kyer Elam saw pictures of him, you know, on Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde, Trey White's hip. You know, and playing, being physical, getting in there, on, you know, going against the best of the best. I want to hear that they're ahead of schedule, and the first 2 days is what it's looking like right now.
For sure, I'll say this. I think I'll piggyback with the narrative I want to hear the most, with the narrative I want to hear the least. And let me just say this, Streets. I know you watching Streets. I gotta hit you up. I need unforgettable pictures. I hit you though, but
unforgettable images.
Unforgettable images. You know the vibes. Shout out to Streets. But it's the injuries, man. It's the injuries. I don't need to hear them. I actually don't want to hear them. And I guess I could get into it. The Roger Saffold, him getting in the car accident. I guess he got into a car accident and he cracked his ribs. So he's out indefinitely. I don't like that. I know it didn't happen at training camp, but I just don't like it.
Yeah.
And who else? I think Spencer Brown didn't play on day 2. I just didn't like it. Listen. I'm not saying that it's crazy injuries, but the narrative I want to hear is us coming out of training camp with no injuries, right? With everybody healthy, our team is intact and everything, because we already got Ike Bacher and Trey White on the pup list, right? We need to be healthy. I want to be healthy this season, so that's a big thing for me. We have a mixture of young and old talent, so you know what I mean. We need to be as healthy as possible, but I guess that goes into the depth, right? That goes into the depth. So let's talk about the standouts that you've been hearing from the beat reporters, right? I know it's only day 3, but there's been some standouts. There's been some things that have happened, and so I'm gonna go to Matt first. Matt, can you name some winners or some standouts from training camp?
Well, it's just like I said, the cornerback room. So just early, I'm hearing Cam Lewis is looking like a lock from some of the for the roster from the beat reporters, because one of the guys, Matt Perino, he mentioned that the Bills kept 11 defensive tackles or 11 defensive linemen last year. They could cut that down and make a little bit more room in the cornerback room. And Nick McLeod and Cam Lewis are looking pretty strong the first couple of days. I guess Nick McLeod had 2 picks today, just early on they're looking good. And then on the other side, Khalil Shakir has been looking pretty good. Like he's and I know we alluded to this too, is that he's going to come in comfortable because there's really no pressure on that wide receiver group. You know what I mean? Because all of them can play. So you gotta come in and produce a little bit, and you're all right.
For sure. One of the beat reporters said that Cam Lewis, at least for the first 2 days, he's been moving up the depth chart, like in their minds, like not necessarily the coach's minds, but like in the beat reporters, they've been looking at Cam Lewis, though he's 5'9", but they've been talking about the idea that he's comfortable with the defense, with all the calls and all of those things. He's been with the playbook for a while now. And he said that, like, one of the standout plays was, I think it was day 2, where Isaiah McKenzie, I don't know if y'all remember even last season, where Isaiah McKenzie used to do that dig route. Yeah. And he had success in that one game where he hit that dig route, but they said Cam Lewis is step for step with him. And, he made a good play on the ball. So it's like, it's really something to look at. I think for me, depth is very important, going into the season. And that's what's being shown out. And a standout for me personally, or at least one of them, is I think Stephon Diggs. What I've been hearing is that Stephon Diggs, he's been a leader in camp. And granted, this is from beat reporters, and I may have a little bit of inside information, but that's neither here nor there. But he's been a leader at camp. Like, even with the young guys, I think who was it? Tavon Austin had some issues, was very frustrated. They said the offense was moving slow for the first couple of days. Josh Allen has been erratic with his throwing the ball, but they said Stephon Diggs has been very upbeat, pulling guys to the side. You know what I mean? Trying to keep them going. You know what I mean? They say he has a little rivalry with Isaiah McKenzie, telling him that, you're only open because of me, like stuff like that, like keeping it very jovial, I think that, like, the Stephon Diggs signing, it was more than just the X's and O's and what he shows on the field, is what he shows off the field, right? This is important. We just signed him to a multi-year deal, millions of dollars. We need him to be a leader in that locker room. And from what I heard, or at least from these beat reporters, he's doing that. And I think that that's a plus, right? We need leaders. Like, we got Von Miller. You know what I'm saying? We got Poyer. We got Hyde on the defense side. But the offense needs somebody to say, okay, I got you, young guys. Let's get it cracking. Rad, what's up, man? What you been hearing?
I want to know a couple things. I want to know, obviously, to piggyback on what Matt said, the Khalil Shakir thing. I'm high on him. Obviously, McKenzie probably right now is probably the one, probably leader in the pack, probably for that third. Maybe James Crowder too. Him and James Crowder will see. I don't know, but Shakir is a more natural catcher. Get the ball, make plays when he get the ball. So I want to see him on the field more. And they say he's been doing good, been doing just being what Robert Woods was for, like, the Rams, that type of guy, that gadget guy who can play tight to the offensive line, who can catch the ball and make a play. I want to see the running back room. I want to know what's Singletary gonna be the main guy, or how much Cook gonna play? Moss, what's that dynamic?
They said Singletary is getting the bulk of the.
They said he's getting the bulk of the thing, and when we switched to not exclusively him, but last year when we switched to like it was probably like 70-30 late in that season when Singletary was getting the ball, he was looking like an RB1. So I want to know if Singletary made that jump to be like, yo, we trust him on all 3 downs, because he can catch the ball too, but use James Cook in special packages. I want to know, if Singletary made that leap. So for me, it's like you said, the offensive side is Khalil Shakur and Singletary, or just that whole RB, that whole running back room.
So let me ask you guys this, because they said Drew Rosenhaus was at camp, and we know that Poyer, he wants some money. So do you think it's a situation where Leslie Frazier should give Jaquan Johnson more time? Because I know that some of the beat reporters, there's a sort of a feel around the team that Jaquan Johnson is the next guy up, right? It's Hamlin, but Jaquan Johnson is sort of the next guy up, or we're at least trying to see if he can be the next guy. So do you think at training camp we should lean heavily towards that? Because obviously, Poyer and Hyde, I mean, they're both veterans. Like, it's not like camp is not that much important to them as far as X's and O's is concerned. But so do you think that Jaquan Johnson should be more heavily involved in the one team, or is that too much? Matt?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think you definitely got to give him a lot of reps, but at the end of the day, Jordan, he's shown no like signs that he's going to be like, I'm not getting paid, I'm not playing, because he's there. You know what I mean? He's involved. He's been involved the entire time. He missed the involuntary workouts, which is whatever, and then he's been there ever since. So I don't. And I know McDermott said today, he's not going to hold in because he's already there, so he's not going nowhere. So that, and he's already expressed that. So he's you definitely like you said, Jaquan, he can be the next man up if there does become a situation where we don't get a deal done before the season starts. Then yeah, you got to go with the next man up, right? It's a business at the end of the day, and that's just how it rolls sometimes. But I think with Drew Rosenhaus being there, that's a good sign that something's going to get done too.
Yeah, I think he's there though. I think he's there. I think if you Leslie Frazier, you roll with your best guys. You can't plan. You can't get in the GM. You can't. You can't even act. You can't play like that. For morale of the team, for morale of your player. He's there. He's showing up. He's the one. He's a top 5 safety in football. He's on the field whenever he's there. He getting his reps in. He getting his reps with the one. And we just got to have good faith that a deal gonna get done. You just got to believe that as a coach. You got to believe that as a player. And Brett Bean gonna have to figure it out, and we gonna bring him in. We don't. This the year. This our year. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to mess that up. And I think everybody gonna get it done. And I think Poyer is showing good faith. He's there. He's showing up. He's excited to be there. He answering all questions. So yeah, man. I think you definitely you like Jaquan Johnson there, but he's not Poyer, and he gonna get his reps. If Poyer's not showing up, he gonna get his reps next man up. But he's there, so you play with him. You roll with him.
Okay, I hear you. Let me just say this: the Bills signed Jordan Simmons.
Simmons,
Jordan Simmons is offensive guard. I guess we need, obviously we need depth at the guard position since Roger Saffold, he's out indefinitely. I don't know how long he's going to be out, but clearly Cody Ford is just not the answer. I don't know what's going to happen if him. Maybe he gets cut. We'll see. But I did want to ask you guys this about just some coaching stuff real quickly. Then we're going to leave the show. Because I know the first 2 days, they said the offense was slow and Josh Allen was erratic. So I'm going to go to Matt first. And to anybody out there listening, like, I know it's no pads. I know it's only 2 days of the training camp. But how do we feel, man? It's definitely not a good sign that the offense is slow and Josh Allen is erratic when Ken Dorsey is taking over as the offensive coordinator. Because I don't know if that would be the case if Brian Dable was here. I think it would just be, you know what I mean? But how do you feel about that, Matt? Or am I just jumping the gun?
See, I think it's a little bit of jumping the gun, but we also got to take into account that we have the best defense on the other side. So he's not like going up against, a practice squad per se. He's going up against probably going to be the number one or, top three, if not the number one defense in the league. And they did allude to that too, that, Von Miller is looking strong out of the gate. And then, guys like Tim Settle that we brought in, Jordan Phillips we brought back, Ed Oliver, the pads are off right now. Those dudes can play. So it's no surprise that they're getting some pressure on Josh early, and they know Josh. So, it's way too early to tell. I'm not really worried though.
Yeah, I'm not worried as much. I think we do got a new OC, young, new quarterbacks coach, right? We got some new offensive weapons we working in. We got a lot of new offensive weapons, some young receivers, some new young running back, new tight ends. Like we working some things in, and it's gonna be bumps in the road. You don't want to be running on all cylinders on day 1, day 2. You want by the end of training camp, you want everything smooth. You want all the kinks worked out, right? So as long as we progressing each day, it is what it is. You don't want to hear bad things, but it's no pads. Day 2, no pads. If bad things gonna happen, it's gonna happen those times. So whatever, it's not that big of a deal. The offense is gonna run. I think Josh is gonna be MVP. So I'm all good. I'm all good.
I hear. I'm just listen. Let me just say this because I'm getting text messages, people in the comments. I am not saying that Josh Allen will not be good. Like I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it has been reports out of the camp that Josh Allen has been erratic for the first 2 days.
You're loving that big E word right there, my man.
I'm just saying
erratic.
It's a fact. That's what they said, and they said that the offense has been slow. That's all I'm saying. This is what I've heard. And to everybody trying to figure out who my sources are, they will not be revealed on this podcast. But just know we all tapped in. We have people there. We're tapped in. I have reliable sources that are on and off the field. I'll put it that way, on and off the field. So listen. Does anybody else have anything to say about training camp and how we feel about it? Anything else?
No, I'm excited. I'm excited. The things I've been seeing Ed Oliver take another role. He look like he's gonna be a leader of the defense. I love to see that. This is not make it or break a year, but this is the big year for him. So we'll see. I love to see Ed Oliver taking that role serious on that defensive side. Maybe some Von Miller gonna rub off on him, just that camaraderie of that D line. And I think our defense is going to be elite, man. I'm excited for this year. Y'all know how I feel, 17-1, man. So I think this training camp is going. I know whatever's been hearing, but I think our offense and Josh is going to get into rhythm, that rhythm type offense, rhythm type player, Josh. And once we start going, man, it's hard to stop the train. So I'm good for the training camp.
Yes, I mean it's a bittersweet time because that means once that first training camp practice happens, that means that summer is coming to a close soon. But man, it's just exciting to be back in football season for sure.
Absolutely, and I'll say this: I'm definitely excited for the season, man. Again, I'm not necessarily worried about the offense. All right, that's we have Josh Allen. I do believe this is his MVP season, so shout out to him. But I will say this: I'm putting people on notice. AJ Epineza, he's on notice because from what I'm hearing, I heard that Rousseau. It's a little bit quicker. His footwork is a little bit better. That's what I'm hearing. It's only been 2 days, so don't kill me. I'm also hearing that Boogie Basham looks a little slim and he looks a little nimble. I've heard that from some people, but I also heard that AJ Epineza has not flashed at all. He had this whole big speech about front seven, and we're gonna be doing. Listen. It's only day 3. What do y'all want me to do? I gotta talk about something.
Hey man,
I'm just putting some people on notice.
There's some holes in the linebacker core, man. I've seen those transitions before. I don't know.
Oh my God, we already moving AJ Epineza to linebacker.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's getting crazy. But shout out to everybody watching the show, man. We definitely appreciate everybody's participation, man. Listen, we going strong, y'all. It's Bills training camp. Listen, we getting ready for this season, man. It's going up. It's up and it's stuck, as the kids say. But but listen, overduebillspod.com, overduebillspod.com. Please go to the website, get your merch. Listen, we got t-shirts. The weather is about to turn, so we got the hoodies. We got, we taking care of everybody. And let me say this. Shout out to Buffalo fan base. So please like, share, rate, and review. Please hit that like button so people can see it, man. Listen, we going to the next level, man. We definitely getting subscribers up. This year is going to be the year. Bills is going to win the Super Bowl. Overdue Bills podcast taking off to the next level. And y'all boys got anything else to say? Because I think it's over.
Yeah, man.
I'll be back next week, same time. Tap in.
For sure.
Yeah, we're gonna be back at every Monday. There's gonna be no more hiatus. We're in season mode, just like the Bills are in season mode, right? We're at home training camp.
For sure. So shout out to all y'all. Y'all know how we end every show with a little bit of that. Hey, 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 hey.
Hey.
A little rusty.
Mm-hmm.